Hey guys, in our previous video, we have written few of the methods like the click action, the type action, and as well as the clear and type action. Today, we are going to write few of the assertion. Testing is all about doing the assert. Writing script and executing the browser is not testing. Testing is all about checking, doing the validation and the verification. So of course, when we are going to design a framework, the assertion plays a major role. Now, just to keep it very simple and give you an idea, I'm going to write three functions. One is to assert the text, whatever the text we are expecting, we can pass that. And then we have to check like if the element is present or if the element is displayed, all the stuff, right? So I'm going to write three functions now. Let's see. So first, almost every time we do the text assert, right? For example, when user logged in, we have to check like the logged in user is there or not, right? So I'm just going to make it very simple name that's going to be assert text. And within this, of course, we need the element first, in which element we are going to do the assertion. So here you'll say like element finder. And after that, what are the text we are going to give, right? That is the expected text. So here we'll say like expected text, and that's going to be our format string, right? And within this, what we are going to write is very simple. So first we'll make this as public as well as async. And here we'll say like await and then element dot get text, and let's store this in a variable called actual text, and semicolon not really necessary but best practices in TypeScript, so we can have it. And then I'm going to say like expect, not this one, so we have to use the expect from the Jasmine. And within this we'll pass like actual test, where my spelling is entirely wrong, so let's change this. Actual text, um, in certain points we have to do the trim, and in certain points we do not have to do the trim. So I will leave it up to you, but here just to show you, I'm just going to do the trim action. So even if there's any white extra spaces, we no need to pass the extra spaces in our actual test, or maybe wherever from you are going to get the test data, from the JSON or from the Excel, that's up to you. So we don't need to pass the extra spaces there because we have done the trim already here. And if we wanted to check fully, then we have to go with the to be, right? And here we'll pass this to be, and within this we'll pass our expected text. I already have a video on how this Jasmine works and what are the conditions we need to understand. So probably you can check the video on the Jasmine. I will leave a link in the card somewhere here, and you can find that. Now also best practices, we have to wait until the element is visible, then we can go with the actual retrieving the text. So I'll just copy this line, and here I'll say like await browser.wait until the visibility of that particular element in the given timeout. And if there is some failure, it will show us this message. Once the element is visible, we are going to retrieve the text, and then we'll do the assert. Now similarly, we are going to write another function. So here I'll say like public, and that's going to be async, and here it's going to be assert true. Assert true in the sense we are going to validate whether the given element is displayed on the page or not. For example, let's say that we have this let code, and let's say that we have to validate that these two buttons are present here or not, right? So how do we do? Basically we will check like is displayed, or maybe we can get the text and we can do the validation, right? So here let's write for the displayed. So of course we have to wait for the element to be visible, so I'm just going to copy this. But if you notice something, even I'm writing this line in each and everywhere, right? So what we can do is we can convert this line into a function, and then we can call the function. So just to show you, let me delete this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this line and click on this bulb, and here you can see that we have three things. We are going to use this extract to a method in the class protector base. I'm going to click on this, and we'll say like this to be visibility of. Okay, so what this function is going to do, let's control click and it will take you here. So it is going to wait for the element to be visible in the given time, right? That's it. So instead of writing this two lines in each and every functions, now we can use this single function. So I'm just going to replace all the code. So let's go back here, and this is this, right? So select this two lines and use Control D to select the next lines as well, and just Control V to paste. Okay, so we have replaced the existing code using this function called visibility of, right? That's it, pretty much good. Of course, if the element is not visible, it's going to fail and this two line will not be executed, right? So that's fine. Now here we are going to say assert. So of course, first we have to check for the element to be visible. So I'm just going to say like this dot visibility of that particular element that we are going to pass as a argument. So here we'll say like element, and that's going to be of type element finder, and here we'll pass this, and of course we have to use the await keyword because this is a async function, and then we'll say like expected, I mean not expected, expect, and within this we'll say like await, and element dot is displayed to be true. So within this we can pass like to be, and then we'll say like to be true. So what are the value we are going to expect that should be visible? We are checking the is displayed, and here the value is true, right? Now of course I have to include the await here as well, I forgot. So let me add this, and here it says that not needed because okay, we are checking for the text here, so that already we have used the await, so that's why it's not needed. But in this place we have to resolve the promises, and then we have to check for the boolean, right? That's it, cool. Now we are going to write the same function, so copy and paste over here, and instead of assert true I'm going to make this as assert false. Why? Because sometimes we have to validate like the particular element is not there, right? For example, we have a table. When we search something, we should not get any of the result if the value is wrong. In that case the first row should be not disabled, right? So in that case we can use it maybe, or maybe some another good options I will show you when we are going to write a few of the script in different application. Okay, and here it should be false. That's it. So we have written three functions: assert text, assert true, and assert false. And also we converted another function, the visibility of, because we are repeating the same code. So that has been also converted into um, method. And the scope is here, you can see private, because of course we are not going to use this any side out of this class. But whereas this function will be used outside of the class. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, do let me know in the comments. And also if you have any suggestion, give me. And feel free to check the entire source code on my GitHub repository. Link will be in the description. And that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one with the same framework video.